So how would I buy real estate? This is how I would buy real estate. What I would do is I would qualify for the house. Once I go qualify for the house, and let's say I get approved and I get into the house and everything like that. Once I get into the house, I would pull the equity out the house immediately. If I couldn't pull it out immediately, I would at least wait a year. But in most cases, they say that you can pull it out immediately. But if I could pull all the equity out immediately, meaning that that's how much the house is worth. So let's just say I can pull out, like the house is worth like $500,000. I would probably get like a certain percentage out of it, because there's, whatever the max percentage I can get out of it, that's what I would do. I would get that percentage out. Let's say I get out about like $350,000 of it. I would take that money and I would go put it in my bank account and let it sit for a week. And then I would come back that next week, and then I would ask for a branch manager to pull up my following banking account. And then once I pulled it up, I would ask them for a loan for $350,000 against the money that I already got in the bank. They're going to give it to me because they already see that I already got it and I don't need the money. So now I have $700,000. I have a loan for $350,000, and I have my original money for $350,000. With that, I would also take that money and I would hire a property manager. A property manager is a company that has a team in place that helps manage the property that you are renting out of. They're responsible for renting out, finding the renters. They're responsible for evicting the renters. They're responsible for collecting the check that the renters pay. All you do is just sit back and collect your money. You don't do anything. And they have to be evicted and everything. I think I just said that. You don't have to go and do anything. You don't have to fight with none of them. That's what the property manager's job is. They manage the property. So you don't have to do nothing but make the money and then just pay them for their services. That's all you really have to do. So that's why I would hire a property manager. I would rent my place out. I would rent my house out to somebody for a certain amount of money a month, probably about like $1,500 a month or so, because the house I get is going to be real nice. So it's going to be like about $1,500 a month. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. That's about the average cost of a house right now. I would rent that out, and whatever damages that occur in the house or anything like that, I would take that, I would just, for example, like if the stove broke down or something like that or whatever, I would take that money that I got in the bank, that I got from my equity, I would just put it towards that and get it fixed. Write it off later on my taxes. And I won't have to worry about trying to evict nobody. That's what the property manager is for. They do all that stuff for me. That's exactly how I would do if I was going to buy real estate and rent out property.